Mom kicked me out for her boyfriend who bullied me. Now she wants to talk. My dad passed away when I was only 1 year old, so it's just been me and my mom ever since. As you can guess, we were very close. When I was a sophomore in high school, my mom got a part-time job as a gym teacher at my school. She asked if I would be comfortable with it, and I supported her decision. However, it was extremely uncomfortable when guys would make comments about my mom's appearance. It also gave ammunition to Brad, who bullied me in high school, as he would make inappropriate comments about her to me. Brad was a year ahead of me, so I thought I'd finally be rid of him after he graduated. I was wrong. When I became a senior, my mom started going out very often. At first, I was happy for her because I wanted her to find someone nice. But eventually, it reached a point where we barely spent any time together. To be honest, I thought she was avoiding me. Whenever I tried to make plans with her, she already had other plans. I kept it to myself because I didn't want to seem needy. I didn't complain when she missed my birthday because she was out all night, and I told her it was okay when she tried to apologize the next day. After 6 months of this behavior, I decided to speak up. I asked my mom if we could have dinner together, just the two of us. She said she was too busy. Fed up, I told her to stop ignoring me. She insisted she wasn't ignoring me but said that she had a life to live. That hurt a lot. Out of anger, I ignored her for a few days. When I finally talked to her, she apologized and said she needed to tell me something important. She wanted to introduce me to her boyfriend over dinner. She didn't sound excited about it. In fact, it seemed like she dreaded it. When the doorbell rang, my mom opened it and introduced the guy to me. I was shocked to see that it was Brad. I almost screamed at my mom, asking her why he was here. Brad stepped forward to admit that the situation was uncomfortable, but he apologized for how he treated me in school and said he really cares about my mom. My mom asked us to sit and let her explain how this all happened. I remember shouting, "I don't care about your explanation. You tossed me aside for this piece of shit. You're a pathetic excuse for a mother." My mom defended him, saying, "Don't you dare call him that." She said she tried to accommodate everyone in this tough situation by keeping the relationship a secret from me. Then she said, "Like it or not, Brad is here to stay. If you don't like it, you're more than welcome to leave." Right then and there, I packed my bags. I called my grandma and told her about the whole situation. She drove to my house and confronted my mom. After a screaming match between them, I left with my grandmother. My mom tried calling me several weeks later, but I blocked her. She tried to visit me, but I called the cops on her. After that, she seemed to give up. It's been 2 years since I last heard from my mom. Yesterday, she called and said it was urgent and that we needed to meet up. I don't know if I should go. Update. I feel good for what I did to my mom and her boyfriend. Well, curiosity got the best of me. There was also a burning desire to unload on her. I finally texted back my mom asking where we should meet. She said we could meet for lunch at the restaurant at 12 p.m. I didn't have any class today, so I was good to go. When I arrived at the restaurant, I heard some woman scream my name. It was my mom, who I haven't seen for 2 years. She asked how I was and said she would hug me but said she knew I would reject it. Her voice was shaking when she asked me to follow her to her table. Unsurprisingly, Brad was sitting there. He didn't even look me in the eye as we sat down. He just nodded his head as if to simply acknowledge my arrival. As my mom sat down, she started shooting out multiple questions. What have you been up to? Are you in school? How's it going? I got annoyed and told her, stop wasting my time with these questions. What do you want from me? She responded, well, before we tell you, can we explain how all of this happened? I said, sure. For those of you asking me to get her ass in trouble with the school board. I hate to break it to you, but they never interacted with each other when Brad was in school. Brad only knew about her because his friends would take pictures of her before gym class started and share them with everyone. It was Brad who approached her at a bar. She didn't recognize him. So he told her he went to the high school she works at and graduated recently. My mom was lonely and jokingly told him she wouldn't tell anyone that he wasn't 21 as long as he hung out with her. They exchanged numbers and made a promise to hang out with each other. She said she knew that I wouldn't be comfortable with her seeing a peer of mine. So she kept it a secret and convinced herself it was going to be a short and casual relationship. Eventually, the relationship got serious. When she was hanging out at his house, she asked him about introducing him to me. He told her it wasn't a good idea. She responded by saying I'll get over the age gap relationship. He was forced to come clean about the relationship I had with him in high school. That's when my mom started tearing up and her voice was shaking. She said she was in shock about what she had done. She couldn't sleep at night because of the guilt. She couldn't even look at me without feeling immense guilt. She had him blocked on her phone. After a week, he sent him a message on Facebook to at least meet him once. She obliged. He showed up with roses and begged for forgiveness. He even said he'll apologize to me in person and that he's a changed person. She took him back. The next was the day she invited him to dinner. My mom burst into tears and begged me to forgive her for hurting me. She then said these 2 years have been painful for her. Finally, Brad spoke and admitted, she misses you like crazy, dude. She still needs you in her life. My mom said, I am sorry for being an awful mother. We want to make it up to you. We're moving to California and we want you to come with us. We will foot the bill for your education and everything else. You won't have to work at all. You'll have a permanent place in our home. I don't know what the hell came to me, but I started laughing like crazy. Like a madman. It was the most ridiculous proposition. Now, this is what makes me the monster. This is what I really came there for. After I calmed down. This is what I said to her. Mom, you must be the most delusional BH if you think I'll ever forgive you. You are dead to me for good. The only acknowledgement you'll get from me is me pissing on your grave when you pass away. Then she was hysterically crying. I got up from the table and left the restaurant. Only a minute after walking to the parking lot, I hear my mom screaming at Brad to stop following me. I really wanted this confrontation. The moment he grabs my shirt, I turn around and sucker punch him in the face. He drops on the road with his mouth bleeding. My mom comes to physically restrain him from hurting me until he calms down. I told them, this is what I think about your proposal. It's been 4 hours now after the incident. I know deep down I should be ashamed of myself. But I feel amazing inside. I don't know if adrenaline can last that long. It feels like I took my power back. Comment. What does a guy do that's only a year older than you to make that kind of money to pay your college? If it's your mom, wouldn't she already have that saved or set up? Just weird. I don't know what job Brad has. My mom, on the other hand, has been saving up money ever since my father passed. I remember telling her if I got a good grade, she'd take out a loan for me to pay for my school and pay it back herself. But now I don't need her or her boyfriend, I'm taking care of myself because she have no place left in my life.